Hello, my warriors. Morrigan here with your Saturday sweet treat, which just happens to be the 500 subscriber Q&A. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really nervous about this. I'm not used to improving so much and being kind of on the fly, but we're gonna work through it and we're gonna let it, be what it's gonna be, and hopefully it'll be great, and hopefully I won't bore you to death. And so, yeah, thank you so much for everyone who submitted questions. I actually started recording this a little bit earlier, so if for some reason I missed your question, like you got it in late last night, we'll just save it, and hopefully maybe in the future there'll be a 1,000 subscriber Q&A. So out of all of the questions that were submitted on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, I actually went through and put them in categories, if you will, and they basically boiled down to three: ASMR channel related questions, along with personal questions, and then some that I just like to call random awesomeness. They really didn't have a category they could fit into, and so yeah, they're just going to be absolute pure random awesomeness. So we're going to start with the ASMR channel related questions, and I'm going to go through each entity: Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, and just go from there. So on Twitter, at Olivia Lucien, but also on YouTube from Phoenix Echoes Audio and Nick Boren. They all asked, what made you decide to become an audio artist, and why did you start making ASMR videos? I actually got into the ASMR community, if you will, back in December, and I was going through a tough time, battling insomnia and a few other things, and really just found comfort and help within the audios that I found on YouTube. And when I was getting, all of this help and, things helping me, I decided in January, I thought, well, heck, if I'm getting so much help out of these, why don't I try to give back? And so basically the reason that I started to do all of this was because I wanted to give back to the community that had given me so much in a really, really hard time in my life. And so that's the reason why. On Twitter, at EA Vielma, asked, do you wait to record until it's dead silent, and does it get frustrating when outside noises interfere? Basically, with my schedule, I record where I can, and I try to do it when it's things around my home are quieter, things around just going on around me are quieter, but basically I record when I can. The second part of that question, does it get frustrating when outside noises interfere? Absolutely. I hate it when I'm doing, an amazing job on an audio and things are rocking, and then all of a sudden, you hear a car horn honk, or birds outside go crazy, or, somebody knocks on the door. It's very, very frustrating. But luckily, I have that wonderful little stop button, and I can kick it in and then edit it out later. Still on Twitter, at WeBackBoys asked, how long does it take you to record an audio? I'm pretty much a lot of times what I call a one-hit wonder. I can usually get the audio done to the way I want the first take, if at all possible. So it just depends on how long I decide to do the audio. If it's, a 10-minute audio, then it takes me around 10 minutes. If it's 20-minute audio, it takes that time. Of course, there's editing that goes in after that, making sure I get the noise reduction down, that any things like, mouth sounds or swallowing sounds are edited out, and just to make it as clean as possible. The WeBack Boys also asked, what type of mic do you use? As of right now, I am going like very cheap, old school, if you will. I'm using just a typical headset with a connected microphone. Nothing fancy, definitely not a Yeti or any of the other high-tech things that go on. I mean, it's this simple microphone and Audacity and my computer. I really did not want to start purchasing expensive equipment until I knew this was something that I was good at and that people would want to listen to. And with me checking the channel just a little bit earlier before I started this, the channel's almost at 575 subscribers. So I don't know, maybe you guys want me to stick around, and maybe I need to invest in some new equipment. On Instagram, nucket.goldian who I have to say is amazing. They gave me my very first 2 pieces of fan art, and they're wonderful. Like I said in one of my tweets, I'm definitely coming up in the world if I've got people making me fan art. But Nugget.Goldian asked, who inspired you to start making ASMR videos? And I guess that would probably have to go to Cardlin Audio. He was one of the first ones that I found on YouTube. And to be honest, I really don't even remember how I stumbled upon him. It was just kind of there, and I have no clue. So just his work and his subscribers, how much he was helping them, how much he was helping me. It was just a really, really good thing in my life. Still from Instagram, it's Olivia Lane asked, what is the best thing about ASMR videos? How relaxing they are. I guess for me, being a listener, you can tell by my stories that I'm a very character-driven person. And so when I can immerse myself into a story that is, entertaining, loving, relaxing, that sort of thing, that makes me feel, the best. As far as being an artist, I guess if you would call me one, the best thing about them is getting to explore all of these different topics. Like dealing with depression or dealing with, just nightmares and different things like that. It's things that we as adults still go through, and a lot of times it's not addressed. We don't have anyone to talk to about it. We don't have anyone to go through that with. And so me making these audios, I feel like I'm at least giving someone, a sweet voice or an understanding ear that, maybe the listener doesn't feel so alone. Moving on to YouTube, Abby Creative Dreamer asked, did you study voice acting, or are you just that good? And that actually makes me blush a little bit. No, I have not studied voice acting. I have done some stage acting in the past, and I've just always been a really good public speaker. And I think that is what you guys are hearing. Just, oh God, I don't want to sound stuck up, but maybe just a little natural talent. But no, I have not studied voice acting. Lord White Blanco asked, why the name MorriganAudio? I have a little bit of Irish in me, Irish blood, and Morrigan is actually the Irish or Celtic goddess of war, but she's also known as a couple of other things, and Irish mythology has always just fascinated me. And the fact that this entity was so powerful and had just some of the artwork that I've seen on her is phenomenal. Just her strength and her power, but yet still maintaining her femininity. And I just fell in love with it, and the audio just got thrown in there to let people know that it was an audio channel. Lord Blanco White also asks, what does the wallpaper, or does the wallpaper mean something, or is it just a nice piece of art? It's just a nice piece of art. I wanted a really cool look to my channel and found that, and then I've gone in and added the other graphics and whatnot inside of there. So Extreme Otaku, I hope I said that correctly, asked, how does it feel to have 500 boyfriends or girlfriends? That's a little insane to me. That still, just that anybody would want to listen to this channel, let alone over 500 of you. It makes me feel very humbled. Makes me feel very blessed that many people find my voice that good, I guess, and my stories that interesting. Sajored, another one I hope I said correctly, asked, am I planning to make a public Discord, since that seems to be the trend right now? To be honest, I'm not very familiar with Discord. I haven't looked into it at all. Really don't know what it's about. I know it's a server type thing. You can go on and I think I saw one ASMR artist who watches movies. I don't know. Maybe that's something I might look into. But right now, I just want to focus on, the audios, making sure that my channel is as strong as it can be. And so I don't know. I might have to look into that. Uh, Lonely Emo Teen asks, do I plan on doing collaborations with female ASMR artists? Absolutely. I've actually had one female ASMR artist reach out to me already, and since I've been busy with the other collaboration lately, I haven't been able to get with them to plan out some details. But absolutely, I think there is a great need for also female for female, as in like best friends or sisters, things like that. I think there are some places and some needs for stories like that, and I hope that I can continue to do that as well. Sleepless Student asked, am I planning on doing any more collaborations? Absolutely. I think they are a great creative outlet. I love working with others as far as the writing and getting to know their styles versus mine. The two collabs that I've done so far, they haven't gotten as many views as my girlfriend role plays, and so I'm not sure if that is something that you guys are interested in. I do love doing them, and so I'm hoping to keep them going. Sleepless Student also asked, were you nervous uploading your first audio? Yes, I almost threw up. Um, Nerves were a major factor in that because I'm putting myself out there in a sense to either be, accepted or rejected. And we all know that rejection is a very, very tough thing. And in real life, I tend to take rejection a little too personally. And even now, when I see a video has got a thumbs down, I'm like, crap, what did I do? Did I not do this right? And so, uploading that first video, I realized that I was opening a can of worms where I could possibly get my feelings hurt. And so, absolutely. Plus, just, was the story good enough? Was the voice good enough and everything? And so, yeah, it was very, very nerve wracking. Predator Rules asked, will I eventually start doing fantasy role plays like vampires, werewolves, elf girls, and mermaids? Yeah, I'm really up for anything. Like I just said a minute ago, though, it seems that even my character role plays, like the Hunter Saga, and also into the zombie apocalypse one, that they weren't as well received as the girlfriend ones, and so I'm trying to figure out how to make those better, more interesting. And so, but yeah, I'm up for doing fantasy, definitely. Dark Spirit 4444 and Mr. Jacoba asked, what are my future plans? And I'm assuming for my channel, I want to keep giving you all what you need. And I want to continue growing, of course, not only in subscribers, but me growing as an artist and getting, my stories even better, providing content that you need, but also the technical aspect of it, making sure that my audios are clean, crisp, and all of that as well. So my future plans, I guess, are to keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully, as I do that, start doing it better. Next up, Joel Phil asked, will you accept scripts written by your viewers? Absolutely. I would love to see what you guys are thinking needs to be recorded. And so, yeah, if you have a script or a script idea, please let me know in comments, on Twitter, Instagram, wherever. I've had quite a few that have been submitted. And so I'm running on a backlog right now, trying to keep up with requests, but also things that I want to do or that I had already have planned to do since the channel started. But yes, Joel, I would love to see scripts from my viewers. Garrett Van Roy asked, are all the girlfriend ASMR videos you make connected, or are they their own thing? I actually think they could be both. I think if you are just in the mood that you need to have, some snuggles, there are ones for that. If you are just needing, something funny and sweet, there are those too. But if you, I guess, want to put them in a playlist in a specific order or something, yeah, I guess they could connect all the way through there. I guess it's just up to you and what you need. Mr. Jacoba asks, what are your plans for the Apocalypse series? I plan on continuing it. I have a script written, and I just need to sit down and do it. It's been there. It's kind of been on the back burner. Like I said, when I see that kind of my character role plays aren't as well received, I kind of tuck that back. But yes, there will be, I would say probably at least 2 or 3 more episodes is what I originally had planned. So I promise you that one will come back. Starlight Dream asked, have you thought about doing Big Sis, Little Sis role plays before? Yes, I have. I need to get cracking on those. I have some ideas. I think, like I said earlier, there's definitely a need for them. Starlight also asks, do you write out full scripts, do general outlines, or just let the audios flow? I do basically either full scripts or I improvise, one or the other. Most of the time, I write out full scripts. It just helps me from going too fast, making sure that I pause and that things are clear. There have been a couple that I've improv that turned out amazing, at least in my opinion. The first one in the Hunter Saga, I completely improvised that one. I believe I improvised the support for, or the comfort for depression and the comfort for insomnia. I also improvised Rise and Shine, Sweetheart. And so sometimes when I get in a groove, I can let the flow go and they come out quite nicely, but I still like to be prepared with that. Starlight also asks if you could collab with anyone, good Lord, Morrigan, talk correctly. If you could collab with anyone at all, not just ASMR artist, who would it be? Wow. That is a a loaded question. If I could collab with anyone at all, not just ASMR. Man, I should have thought of this question earlier. There's so many people. I mean, there's so many amazing actors out there who have amazing voices. I think, good Lord, Johnny Depp would be fun, because since he is very much a character actor and can do all of that. Yeah, I don't know. There's so many. Jennifer Lawrence would be fun to do too. I know just from her interviews that she's got, such a great sense of humor. I think that would be a fun thing to do as well. So those are all the questions in the channel ASMR section. So now we're going to go on to the personal section, which I'm even more nervous about answering. So on Twitter, at Mr. Wolf Gamer asked me how old I am. Yeah, I was always taught that you never ask a lady her age, but I will tell you that I'm 30. I hope that doesn't turn anyone off. If you thought that I was younger, or even if you thought I was older. But I am who I am, and yeah, I'm the big 3-0. Olivia Lucine on Twitter asked, "What is my favorite book?" Whoa, now that is a tough question as well. I'm an avid reader. I always have some sort of book on my device or in my hand. And so I guess I would have to say ultimately that it's between two, and there's no way I could decide. It would be J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings or J.K. Rowling's The Harry Potter series. I am definitely into sci-fi and fantasy type books, but I read a lot of different subjects as well. Olivia also want to know, do I have any pets? Yes, I do. I have a dog and I have a fish, and they both are fun to have around. They're fun comfort for me. And then she asks, what's the best thing about GIF Wars or GIF Wars? I have no clue how you say that. And what she's referring. Good Lord. Referring. Okay, what she's talking about is on Twitter, there was another ASMR artist and I that were having a GIF war back and forth. And my favorite thing, or the best thing about them is just the sarcasm that comes with them. I'm a very sarcastic, very humorous person, and so I like the quick banter back and forth that can get going, and to see if you can top the next person, and top the person again and again and again. So it's a lot of just silly, stupid fun. Um, the next chunk of questions are all from Sejored. First of all, the first question is, what is your favorite music era, 70s, 80s, or etc.? I'm a huge 80s fan. Love 80s music. Bands like Bon Jovi, Guns N' Roses, even throwing in there some pop bands, like the Bangles and different. I'm weird. I love 80s music, but definitely I would have to say out of all of them, Bon Jovi would be my favorite. The next question was, what is your favorite quote or something that you find inspirational? I find inspiration all around me, or at least I try to. I try to be a really positive person and see good in everything. And so my favorite quote, I guess, would have to be, it'd have to be depending on the day. Some days I'm all about, being the warrior and tough and taking care of myself. And then there are other days that I just need something to remind me that, hey, it's okay to be vulnerable and a little weaker at times. So, but I find inspiration, I guess, more so in music. I'm the type of person that when I hear a song, I see a story in my head. And so to see the story and it play out and different things like that, I would have to say that music is probably the most inspirational. Next question, what kind of education or study do you have? I have a bachelor's degree. I actually suffered through 4 years of college and have that on a piece of paper. That's something that definitely cost me a lot of money, but hey, no one can take it away from me. Next up, do I know multiple languages? Yes, I do. Besides speaking English, I also know sign language and enjoy being that. I think it's a very beautiful language, and I find myself sometimes in public, I feel bad if I see someone who is signing. I stare at them because the way the hands move and the face reacts with the facial expressions in the body, I think that it is just absolutely a beautiful, beautiful language. Do I play games, and if so, what is my favorite? I have a confession to make. I'm a wannabe gamer. I love playing games. I have games on my phone that I play, but it's not anything like hardcore. I would love to have the guts to go play World of Warcraft or things like that, but yeah, I haven't bought the bullet. I really don't have a gaming system or anything like that. So yeah, I'm just a wannabe gamer. Maybe one of these days I'll take the plunge. Last question from Sejored asked, am I an indoor or an outdoor person? More indoor. I'm very much a homebody. I like to be inside in my own little world, my own little bubble at times. I'm an introvert with extrovert tendencies, I guess you could say. But as far as being an outdoor person, it kind of comes and goes. I like going out and fishing with friends. I have friends that have like ATVs and different things, and we'll go out and run around on those, or we'll light a big bonfire and sit in the backyard, just hanging out and talking. And so I guess it just depends on the time of the year. I'm not really a heat person. I would rather much be cold than be hot. So it kind of depends on the outside weather too. Jade Snow asked, what is my favorite music artist or group? I would have to say that ultimately, like if there was only one music artist or group that I could have on my my playlist or whatever, it would have to be Panic at the Disco. They I just can't get enough of Brendan Urie's voice. I definitely like them. But as far as if you go like to country music, you can't go wrong with King George Strait or Keith Urban. Pop music, I'm a Lady Gaga fan, as well as like Kelly Clarkson, Maroon 5. And so it really just, depends on what mood I'm in. If I'm in my car, normally it's cranked up really, really loud. Jade also asked, do I play a musical instrument? No. The only musical instrument I guess you could even remotely say I play is the radio. And she asks, or he asks, I'm sorry, if not, which one would I choose to learn? Oh my God, I would want to learn to wail at the drums. I think chick drummers are so cool because they are so few and far between sometimes in the music industry. So the number one thing that I would choose to learn would be the drums. After that would definitely have to be an electric guitar. Sleepless Student asks, can you sing? No. That is saved strictly for the car and random karaoke nights with friends where we're at someone's house and they're the only ones that can make fun of me for it. Lone Wolf 22 asks, what do I do as my real life job? I actually have several, but the only one that I feel comfortable kind of outing on this medium is I'm a writer. And I write different short stories and different things like that. So yeah. Francisco Galvez Coltier asked, what city am I from? That's something I'm going to keep to myself for just anonymity's sake, as well as just safety. So no, I'm not going to tell you where I'm from, what city I'm from. Nick Bourne asked, what do you like to do other than making awesome ASMR videos? And thank you, Nick, for saying that they're awesome. I love to read. Like I said, I'm a huge movie buff. Anytime I can go out to the movies, I'm going to do that. I enjoy just hanging out with friends, doing silly, stupid things with each other. Love being with family as much as I can. Yeah, I'm really pretty simple. There's not much about me. And I guess that goes into Starlight's question of what are your favorite things to do besides make audios and have those gift wars on Twitter. Yeah, like I just said, I'm simple, guys. I'm really, really simple. Hold on, I'm gonna take a drink real quick. Sorry, I've been talking nonstop for, holy crap, almost 30 minutes now. Wow. Starlight also asks, who or what are your heroes and inspirations? My biggest hero is my mom. She is an amazingly strong woman who has fought a lot of diversity in her life and just always stayed very humble and very kind, always being there for people. And so, yeah, my biggest hero would have to be my mom. And inspirations, like I said, I do my best to find them everywhere that I go. At Weeback Boys asks, what is your favorite color? My favorite color is green. Always been my favorite color since I was really, really little. And their next question is, are you single? And if not, what does your significant other think of the audios? I actually am single. And so I don't have to worry about anybody else's opinion, at least right now, for me doing this whole ASMR YouTube thing. So moving on to random awesomeness. Some of these really made me crack up. Massively, massively crack up. So from YouTube, Lonely Emo Teen asked if you could be stuck in an elevator for a few hours with 3 people, living or dead, who would you pick? I would have to pick Brendan Urie from Panic at the Disco because he could be singing to me and acting his cute ADHD self to keep me from going insane because I'm claustrophobic and I would be climbing the walls. I would have to say Robin Williams. He could keep me laughing and keep my mind off of it as well. And after that, I would probably have to say maybe Jim Parsons. One of my favorite TV shows is The Big Bang Theory. And so I would like to pick his brain and just have them all there basically taking care of me so I don't spaz out. Jade Snow asks, if you were stranded on an island, which ASMR artist that you know of would you have stranded with you? Wow. There's so many. ASMR artists out there, but I'm gonna have to go with my bestie of Aussie Ben ASMR. I mean, hello, he's from the land of the crocodile hunter, and so hopefully he might have some of that in him. And, he can go wrestle whatever animals come at us, and I'll just, go pick coconuts and look cute and have him deal with all of that. Plus, Ben makes me laugh. And if you're, stranded on an island, you're going to be stressed. And so you better have somebody that's going to be able to make you laugh. And speaking of Aussie Ben, Sleepless Student asked, is Aussie Ben just pretending to be Australian? No, he is not. Ben is actually Australian, and an all-around great guy. So no, Aussie Ben is actually an Aussie. Starlight Dream asked, if you had one wish but couldn't use it on something for yourself, what would you wish for? Wow, that's like very, very deep and philosophical there, Starlight. I guess if I had one wish, I would want it to cover a lot of people, so I hope that's okay. But if I had one wish, I would want for every child in the country, in the world, to never know what hunger was, and to never know what not feeling safe felt like. I would want every child to have a full belly and feel safe every single moment of their life. And I know that's a big general question, or a big general, idea, but yeah, it breaks my heart to know that there are kids all over the world who are scared while at home, in the place where they shouldn't be, where they should be, the safest and the most loved, but also that not every one of them has their little tummies full. So yeah, that would be my wish. From Twitter, at Yahirma27673219 asks, do I like to do dangerous things? And if so, what do you do? Does speeding count as a dangerous thing? Because I do that sometimes. No, I'm really not a thrill seeker. There are times that I wish I was. I wish that I, had the guts to go and bungee jump or to go skydiving or do things like that. But I haven't quite found that part of myself yet, I guess you could say. Yeah, I mean, I would like to be more, more adventurous and more daring, but the opportunities haven't presented themselves, I guess, as much as they might for some other people. So I guess doing dangerous things for me is speeding, and I guess maybe even you could call putting up a YouTube channel and doing what I'm doing, because I've opened myself up wide to you guys, and that can be a little dangerous, I guess, at times. So last question for the Q&A from at illiteratemh. And this was the cutest thing. What is your favorite dipping sauce for chicken nuggets? It's going to depend on the restaurant. If there is a Chick-fil-A nearby, I want the Chick-fil-A sauce. But other than that, I am a barbecue and a ranch girl. Not mixed together, good Lord, no. But having separate little containers with separate little, places to dip. So yeah, it just is going to depend on what I'm in the mood for. So, guys, thank you so much. Number one, for subscribing to the channel. Like I've said before, it really just kind of throws me for a loop that you guys keep coming back, that you keep wanting more, and it's awesome. It really is. I love that you guys comment and interact with me. I do my best to do the same because you're important to me. And if for some reason, something comes up and I don't reply to a comment, no, it's because YouTube is being a pain in the butt and is not working correctly or not showing me them, because I want to make sure that you guys know that you're loved and you're appreciated, and that I wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for you coming back and sticking around. So thank you very much for that. If you haven't already, please follow me on Twitter as well as Instagram and Tumblr. The links are going to be in the description below that you can just click on them and hang up with, or not hang up, hang out with me. On the other forms of social media. Guys, I have a lot more planned for this channel. And as long as you guys keep coming back, you are blessing me with the opportunity to do that. And I can't thank you enough. I just can't say thank you enough. And I know that sounds a little silly there. So hopefully we'll get to do this again in the future. When the channel, if or when the channel hits the 1,000 subscriber mark. So start thinking of, new questions the closer that we get there, things that you want to know. So I hope you're having an amazing Saturday. Thank you for all of your love and your support, and your comments. It makes my heart warm. And you guys are absolutely the best. So have a great day, and remember, with all of my love, until next time.